Well, what is up, everybody, and welcome to the only app you need in the Sunday sermon. It's not my first video of the new year. I've done a couple of daily confessions, but this is our first Sunday, and it's been a busy new year. And I don't know if you're supposed to say Happy New Year, but I'm going to because of what happened in New Orleans. You know, there's a lot of people that'll say, "Oh, you can't say that." Well, I'm going to. It happened, and now we've got to fix how it happened, why it happened. Not why, you can't fix why it happened. There's always going to be batshit crazy people. But here's the one thing about, and I'm going to start off right off on this. There's the one thing about that really pisses me off is this guy could have killed the same amount of people on another street. In New Orleans, Houston, Wichita Falls, Grapevine, Dallas, wherever. He could have done what he wanted to do. And, you know, you couldn't stop that, okay? But Bourbon Street, New Year's Eve on New Orleans, he should not have been able to do that. There should have been barricades. That should have been a safe space. I'm not saying he couldn't have walked in with a bomb vest and done some stuff, but to do what he did, a truck driving through. This happens, folks, I'm going to over-exaggerate, but it happens all the time now. Okay? There is no way he should have been able to get onto Bourbon Street. Should not have happened. That's a failure of that chief of police who just yesterday said she didn't know that they had these blockade things that you could have put up. She didn't know they had them. All right? Resign. Resign. I don't care if you're a woman or a man or a cheetah or an iguana or a llama. If you're a person in charge of that entity and you didn't know, and 15 people died and another 35 are hurt and blah, 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 and you didn't know that you had things that could have stopped that truck from going through, you're done. Okay? You're done. Now, had he walked through with a bomb vest and they weren't wanting people, look, I get it. We're a free society. You're giving up some protection for living in a free society. That's a different animal. But what he did, that woman should be gone. Probably almost that woman, whoever second in command is. Because whoever second in command should have said to her, him, I don't know how she identifies, and I don't give a shit. But somebody should have said to her, him, hey, maybe we need to, that's not very good. I mean, it was a police car. Okay? The metal things that came up, they weren't working for whatever reason. 44 million is what New Orleans got. That shit wasn't working. And this person just drove around a car and then just proceeded to do that. Should not have happened. Person's gone. All right? Gone. So that's the how they did it. We can fix that, okay? But what we've got to all agree on is if somebody wants to kill somebody, they're going to. The United Health CEO, okay? He could have been strapped with a Glock 19. He didn't have a chance. He didn't see it coming. He could have had a security detail around him. I don't think they could have stopped. They could have stopped the third, fourth, and fifth shot maybe. However many times he got shot, I'm not really sure. But the first shot, if he's good, that guy's dead. There's nothing you can do about that. But you can stop a person from killing more people. That's why I carry 99% of the time. I have a Glock 19. If I'm not the first person shot and I can get away, I probably will. I'll freely admit to you. I don't know what I'll do in that situation. But if I'm, if I have to go into a corner, I'm at least going to have a way to fire back because I, don't want to go down without swinging. Most of the time, there's times when I'm not armed, when I'm at work, can't carry. It's the way it goes. So fingers crossed there. But anyway, back to New Orleans. The why he did it, look, as long as there's, as long as Islam is around and only 10% of them are crazy, that's what, 100 million? 100 million crazies. Are there a billion Muslim people? I think there are followers of Islam. So that means there's 100 million crazy sons of bitches that will do anything that they can to kill you. There's nothing you can do about that other than just be vigilant and look around. And look, I don't go to big events like Bourbon Street and games and stuff because I don't like people. I genuinely don't like crowds. Today's adult is an idiot. Their kids are running around like banshees. There's no discipline. There's none of that. I don't want to be around that shit. So I don't go. I don't go because I'm scared of a truck driving through or anything like that. I go because I don't like people. Somebody's got to say it. Anyway, all right, that's the first thing. Second thing is the guy in Las Vegas, the Green Beret who they say had PTSD and just offed himself and had some little memo that he released. All too convenient for me. I don't believe any of that. And here's what's really funny about both of these cases. We know more about those two people in 24 hours. Their lives have been turned upside down. They kept the one guy, Jabbar's house open for people to walk through. But we don't know shit about the guy that tried to kill Trump. That the boy, whatever his name is. Don't know shit about him. And you've never heard anything else about him. Why is that? That's because that person was, in my opinion, and I was right about this before. I said Obama was responsible for everything on Trump, all the Steele dossier and everything. I ended up being right. So here's what I'm going to say about the Trump shooter. Biden and them ordered that. It's that simple. That our government tried to kill Trump. That's why you're not hearing anything about it. And I'm assuming they assumed that they were going to win and would be able to cover all these tracks. I'm curious to see what happens when Trump gets in there and we find out who this shooter was. Look, shit just doesn't add up for that. And then the fact that everything is exposed on two other guys later on, Occam razor it, guys. It's, the least, the most obvious explanation is our government tried to kill Trump. And our government was Biden and Harris and Obama and the Clintons. And then the third thing I want to wrap up is I haven't seen the entire list of the Medal of Freedom, Honor, or whatever Biden gave out yesterday. He gave it to Clinton. He gave it Hillary Clinton. He gave it to a whole shitload of people. And here's all I'm going to say about that. Basically, every person on that list that he gave a medal to is probably also on Epstein's list. Someone's got to say it. That's why I'm the only app you need. Y'all have a great day.